your pencil, let's begin. Basics instinct is the name we spin. From blank pages to sketches pristine. For beginners, it's a creative dream.
Hey everyone, today I feel like talking about character design. More specifically, designing a face. Even more specifically, where you can start if you're feeling stuck and want to avoid the same face syndrome. But before getting into it, please consider subscribing to this channel and enabling notifications. Thanks. I think the best thing to do when you start is to strip things down to the bare bones elements, even more basic than the shape of the head and more basic than the shapes and sizes of the eyes, nose, and mouth. Here we have a blank face with its basic guidelines. Let's place everything on those lines as we normally would. What we get is this kind of neutral face. This could be literally any kind of character. It's about as vanilla and neutral as it gets. Now here's the important idea. And I'm sure you guys already know this, but sometimes when you're in a rut or you're too focused on other design elements, it's easy to forget. The guidelines are there to provide approximate placements. Now, what I just said applies, when you're trying to come up with something that's at least somewhat realistic looking. Now, if you like to go for something more stylized or cartoony, then obviously you're going to have a lot more room to maneuver. There are zones within which I like to move the eyes, nose, and mouth and still feel like I'm playing by the rules. Again, if I'm going for something that at least seems somewhat realistic. I don't like changing the placement of the eyes too much because by doing that, you're also kind of playing with the size of the cranium, and that just feels wrong to me. This red stripe represents the eye zone. This green one is for the nose, specifically the part with the tip and nostrils. And this yellow one is for the mouth. Let's move the nose to the top of its zone and lower the mouth to the very bottom of the yellow zone. See? We didn't change anything about the eyes, nose, and mouth other than change the placements. And yet, we get a completely different character. To me, this looks like an ape-ish brute kind of character, maybe like the Hulk or something. Let's now keep the nose where it is, but move the mouth to the top of its zone. I'd say this looks like a bruiser, maybe a Wolverine type or something. Now what happens if we move the eyes to the top of its zone, do the same with the mouth, and bring the nose down as low as we can without touching the mouth? Now this guy looks like a villain to me. Here are the characters we just created side by side. All we did was play around with the placement of the eyes, nose, and mouth, and we came up with 3 new characters. Of course, there's much more that goes into character design, and thankfully there are many other elements that you can mess around with to come up with a character. But if you're ever feeling stuck, it can sometimes help to get down to the most basic stuff and build a solid foundation from there. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel. And if you think that this video could have been a lot better, you're in luck. There's a conveniently placed comment section right below this video, so have at it. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep drawing.
Join the journey, unleash your art. With each tutorial, ignite that spark. Basics instinct, a masterpiece start.